now
Yes.
since he's gotten over that ankle situation. He was a Pro Bowler last year, and now nobody in the NFL can block him. He is the closest thing to Lawrence Taylor that I've seen in 25 years. You have to account for him, and they do a nice job of making him play all five positions along that defensive front. So with Nuke Hopkins, with Deshaun Watson, and then now the addition of Demaryius Thomas, Houston is going all in, and they're saying we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I like what Philly does. Unfortunately, they're a rival, but they're saying, you know what, we've got to make some moves here to try to get back to the Super Bowl, which history says they're fighting a losing battle because most teams don't even make it to the NFC or the AFC Championship, let alone back to the Super Bowl the year after they win it. But obviously, because of the weakness of the NFC East, they feel like with this one addition that they can get over the hump, win the NFC East, and then make a run with a healthy Carson Wentz back to the Super Bowl this year. I don't see it. I don't think they could beat Carolina or the Rams. I really like this Rams club, and I would not be surprised if they won the NFC and went to the Super Bowl, and then it's going to come down to Houston and New England and the AFC Championship at the end of the year. And good luck beating Tom Brady at home.
Oh, man.
In December and November.
Now, I wanted to end this show kind of on a lighter note. I definitely wanted you on after I saw the NCAA investigation into Adidas, and one of the names that popped up was Zion Williamson.
Yep.
Of course, local Spartanburg Day product here in the upstate. But me and you have a unique relationship with the Zion story. Remember, we was on the air. I believe it was in the summertime before he even committed anywhere. And we was just predicting where do we think Zion was going to end up at. Both of us said Duke, only because we felt like Coach K was going to bring the best out of him. Out of the blue, his stepdad calls the radio station and gets pissed at us because he thought we had some type of inside information. Lo and behold, Josh, maybe we were messing up his money because, according to the reports, his stepfather was getting caught up in the what they call the Cam Newton rule, trying to get teams to give them money so Zion could attend the school. And lo and behold, Zion winded up at Duke University. What a crazy little situation there, Coach. We kind of knew, but we was really just throwing stuff out there. I wonder if he was so upset because he thought he was going to get caught.
There's that old saying, a hit dog, a holler.
Yeah.
And he was barking at the top of the chain, for no question. And I think that's probably what we saw with that situation. And then now with the NCAA, I mean, look, the NCAA's got a massive, massive issue on their hands with college basketball. They've got a massive issue with the AAU and the grassroots of college basketball and with these shoe companies that are getting these kids when they're in the 7th and 8th grade. Think about that. Think about if you've got a son that is an elite basketball player, he is having Adidas, Nike, all of these different corporate sponsors coming at him in the 7th and 8th grade. That's 13 and 14 years old, and they're asking for shoe contracts then. And they're not even going through the high schools anymore. They're going through these AAU coaches, and you better believe, I mean, if an AAU coach can make $250,000 a year, that's not coming from a booster club.
Exactly.
So I think the NCAA has got an enormous issue on their hands, and I think if it's done correctly, then they're going to have to put a lot of teams that are blue bloods on suspension because it has infected all of them. It's infected Duke. It's infected Kentucky. It's infected Kansas. And the truth of the matter is the NCAA is not going to do anything about it because of the NCAA tournament and the amount of money that the tournament makes come March. And they're not going to mess with the cash cow. Do not mess with the goose that laid the golden egg. They'll sweep it under the rug. As much as it aggravates you and I, It doesn't matter because that's what funds the NCAA. And as long as that Golden Goose has that, then the Dukes of the world, the Kansases, the North Carolinas, I mean, for crying out loud, your North Carolina, they were giving away degrees for crying out loud. I mean, what more is there to say about this situation?
Yeah, no.
So, I mean, and now they look like choir boys compared to what's going on with the rest of them. I mean, we've got fire wholesales where moms and dads are putting their sons up for bidding auction. So when you talk about the North Carolinas, the Dukes, Kansas, Kentuckys, Louisvilles, all of those, it brings on too much that the NCAA just cannot, from a monetary standpoint, and that's what this comes down to. Yeah. It has nothing to do with the integrity of the game. It has nothing to do with amateur athletics. It all comes down to the cash cow that is March Madness, and they are not going to allow anything, regardless of how bad it is, to affect that come March.
All right. Well, we're going to end the show with our brand new segment, which is called A Bunch of BS. Coach, as usually with me and Josh rant on what is irritating us the most. But I'm going to let you have the floor. And this, for your situation, is definitely not a rant, but more of a gloat. So let's get this started. 1 second. Yo, please tell me y'all saw that. Man, that's a bunch of bullshit. All right, Coach, the floor is yours. The Greenville Drive affiliate Boston Red Sox are champion of the universe. Let the world know how you feel.
Hey, baby, all I got to say is this. How about those Red Sox? They ran through the postseason, ran through it. They had 108 wins during the regular season. What a job Alex Cora did with this. I actually said before I went into coaching back in March, I expected the Red Sox to make it to the World Series. Everybody was talking about the Yankees. Everybody was talking about that roster, that nobody would be able to keep up from a scoring standpoint. And here's my thing. I'm going to send a letter to the Yankee front office and beg them to keep Aaron Boone. Because as long as Aaron Boone is the Jason Garrett of Major League Baseball, as long as that clown is the manager of the New York Yankees, the Boston Red Sox have nothing to fear whatsoever. Now, they do have something to fear from the Houston Astros, but you got to feel bad also for the LA Dodgers. I mean, the truth of the matter is, Kershaw is the Peyton Manning of Major League Baseball. This guy is fantastic during the regular season, and then his kryptonite is the postseason. He just can't get it done. Think about it. This is the 6th straight year that the LA Dodgers have gone deep into the postseason, and Kershaw has been a no-show, an absolute no-show, and has gotten knocked out almost of every game. He was 0-2 with an ERA of like 3.5 versus Boston, but I couldn't be more proud of the Boston Red Sox winning their 4th championship in the last 15 years, and to do it with a relatively young team. They did get Price. They optioned him out at $16 million. I saw that was released today. I'm excited. This is the beginning, I think, of a run for Boston that they've got a chance, my friend, to win 2, 3, do I dare say maybe 4 world championships in a row.
Whoa.
There's no question that the beast of the East in the American League runs through Beantown, Boston.
That was perfect, Coach. That was perfect. I hope that ain't the case as a Cubs fan, but, Boston looked extremely impressive this season, all year long, and they went through 3 pretty good teams in the postseason as well. So, congratulations to the Red Sox. Also, congratulations to the Greenville Drive of one of the teams that we're going to be covering next year on Sports and Culture. But, Coach, man, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. Let the people know where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Twitter. And first, let me say thank you so much, my man. I always enjoy chopping up sports with you. We have a good time. It's a lot of fun. And I just love it when you and I get together and talk sports in some type of media. I'm super proud of you in getting your Sports and Culture podcast off the ground. You've got sponsors now, and I just couldn't be more excited
Thank you.
for you and the direction of your show. and the direction of your podcast. And I wish you nothing but future success from the bottom of my heart. I love what you're doing. Just keep fighting and keep at it, and you'll make it. But you can find me on Twitter at Coach_Phillips1, the number 1. If you want to give me a follow, I'm not as wild as I used to be because I'm in high school athletics. But every now and then, I'll drop a dime on somebody's head.
Well, Coach, man. Once again, that is Josh Phillips, quarterback coach for Blue Ridge High School, former talking head of ESPN Upstate. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. This is something we're going to be doing twice a month. During the week, we're going to cover more of the local teams. Then on the weekend, me and Josh Smith, my right-hand man, is going to tear up the airwaves as only me and Josh can do. But once again, this is Tyler Butler with Enough with the BS podcast. Thank you for listening. I'm out.